This is a short demo of the capabilities of the JPA Diagram Editor. But before we create a diagram for the DJB project you see here, let's first check the corresponding preferences. As you can see here, the default package where all the new Java classes of the entities will be created is org Eclipse. We'd like to keep that global preference, but we'd like to change it just for this particular EJB project. For this purpose, let's use the corresponding properties page. We also have a few entities created into the package org Eclipse test in this EJB project. So let's make this default package here org Eclipse test 2. Now we are ready for starting to create our JPA diagram. You see the canvas here, and of course it's empty because this diagram is being created for the first time. Let's drag and drop first of the entities here, and let's show all the other entities in the project with the command show all entities. And let's create two more entities in the diagram and also in the model by using the corresponding palette item on the right. Come to think of it now, I believe that 5 entities will be too much, so I will use just this delete button to delete the entity not only from the diagram but also from the model. As you can see, it disappeared here. So let's now refactor these entities a bit. The first one we'll call company. The second one will become department. The third one will represent the employees of the company. And the fourth one will be supplier. Let's think how to represent the hierarchy between the employees in a certain company. This is easily done by using a self relation many to one. So let's create such a relation for this entity. As you can see here, there is an employee attribute, employee relation attribute, which actually represents the boss of every employee in a certain company. So let's rename it appropriately. Every company has a name, so let's create a name attribute for this entity. Every attribute has a certain type, and it's created by default with type Java lang string. But this type is not always appropriate. For example, if we create an attribute which is named social security number for the employee entity, and let's now use the corresponding context menu action to refactor the attribute type, and let's make it long. Now it's time to create a few relationships between those entities. For example, let's assume that every employee works just in one company, and of course every company has many employees, so it's appropriate to use many to one relation between employee and the company entities. Let's assume also that every department is department just in one company, and of course every company has many departments, so let's also use here many-to-one relationship, and the relation between supplier and company entity will be many-to-many, because every company uses the services of many suppliers, and every supplier has provides its services to many companies. The asterisk here shows that the department entity has unsaved changes, so let's use this context button to save the changes only for this entity. For the supplier entity, we decided that for now we don't need it in our diagram. It doesn't mean that we don't want it into the model. Actually, we'd like it to stay there, but we do not want to see it for the diagram just for now. So let's use this context button, save and remove, which will save the unsaved changes, if there are any, into the supplier entity code, and we'll remove it from the diagram. Now when we watch our diagram, we believe that it's too overloaded with information. We'd like to see only the relationships between the entities. So let's use this context button and collapse the entities we don't want to see, at least not in full. So now we have a much cleaner diagram, and let's now decide that we need to see the attributes of the company entity which are involved in some relations. So let's expand this entity again, and let's collapse just the sections we don't want to see. Now, as you can see, we have a clean diagram, and we see all the only the information we need. And what if we want to see more information for any part of the model we see here? This diagram editor is integrated with the JPA details view, which could be easily opened by using the corresponding context menu action. And when we change selection here, you can see that also the corresponding information into the JPA details view changes. Basically, these are the most of the important features of the JPA Diagram Editor. Of course, it has more, but we'll show them to you in another demos. Thank you for watching this demo.